That's good? All right.
I had a clip on it.
Thank you, everyone, for coming today. We had two great bill hearings today honoring our military veterans. And we're going to talk about those bills and another bill that Rae Peppers has to help with education. Every American knows by virtue of wearing the noble title of citizen that we have great personal freedom and liberties that are protected by our laws and by our constitutions. We are especially fortunate in Montana to live in this great state where our freedoms are even more protected. Many Montanans have dedicated their lives in the defense of this nation and standing up for the liberties and freedoms that we hold so dear. They do it here, they do it nationally, and they do it around the world. Many Montanans have always answered the call to defend our nation, whether it be in World War I, World War II, the Korean War and the Vietnam War, the Persian Gulf War and the Iraq War, the military operations in Afghanistan, and all over the world, wherever their service is needed. Approximately 11% of Montanans are military service members. We have one of the highest percentages in the nation. We value our service and we value our service members. Many of these individuals have been awarded medals of bravery and meritorious service awards. Just a minute, we're going to get that feedback. Is it because this is here? Okay, how's that? We good? Some of these Montanans have made the ultimate sacrifice in upholding these values. We honor them when we honor their sacrifice. We are at a time in our nation also when we need to recognize some important anniversaries. These are landmarks to the history of our freedom in America. November 11th, 2018 commemorated the 100th anniversary of World War I. 2019 commemorates the 75th anniversary of D-Day, the liberation of Paris and the Battle of the Bulge. We honor our military personnel and their families for their service and the sacrifice that they make. Honoring them is a priority of the Montana legislature, and we have had a resolution that we heard today in hearing honoring them. It was House Joint Resolution 8, and I brought it today to recognize and honor the dedication, professionalism, and bravery of all Montanans who serve and who have served in the armed forces around the world in past wars, in the global war on terror, and wherever and whenever they are needed. The second bill presented today was House Joint Resolution 23. This bill it's a companion bill to honoring our veterans. If we honor them, then let's figure out how we can better serve them. This is a study bill that will look at the Montana Veterans Administration, look at its operations, its outreach, its funding, and how it delivers services to Montanans. We're going to figure out how to better serve our military personnel and how to increase the number of veterans served. This study will develop recommendations for the next legislature so that we can act on these recommendations and better serve our military members and honor them with the laws that we will pass, improving services to them. I'm honored today to stand in front of many service members who came today to testify. I thank them for coming. I thank them for their service. And at this time, I would like to turn it over to Representative Rae Peppers so she can talk about her important bill helping military personnel also.
I'm proud to stand with Kim Dudik to honor our veterans. Our veterans are very crucial to this state. They make up a large population, and our Native vets also have been part of our service. My bill, HB 158, is called the Purple Heart Scholarship, but it also includes all combat-related medals. The scholarship provides $1,000 to each veteran per year to the college of their choice, trade school, community college. To me, it's really important to know that we need to give our veterans a hand up, because when they joined the service, they did not put a price on their lives. They proudly served, and I believe that we should stand with them and help them any way we can. When they leave service, it takes time for them to come back into the civilian life. And if we don't give them that hand up, who else will? And at this time, I would like to introduce Kelly Ackerman. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Kelly Ackerman, and I am the Administrator for Montana Veterans Affairs Division. Montana Veterans Affairs Division is a statewide agency organization with a mission to assist veterans and their family members. We serve Montana veterans across this great state from regionally staffed offices. While what we are able to do is excellent, there's always room for improvement, which is why this study is very valuable. As an agency, we have 100 years of quality service on our record. We're the oldest service organization in the state. And I believe that our organization is worth the investment to study our processes and to build on our successes. Anything that we can do to expand our services to Montana veterans and their family members, we are standing by ready to assist. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Ackerman. And now I'd like to introduce U.S. Army veteran Josh Manning. He will talk about his experience, and then we'll open it up for questions. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming out today. Thanks, Rae Peppers, and thanks, Kim Dudik, for sponsoring these two amazing bills. I did 8 years in the U.S. Army, 3 years in Iraq, and as Representative Peppers said, I got out a decade ago. At night, I can still hear the rockets flying over my head. I can still see the video stills as we're flying over SEALs going in at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I had a poster up the wall of my office, and it said, "In war, there are no unwounded soldiers." And so it's really important to realize that just because someone's not in a wheelchair or having trouble walking around, that they're not dealing with some mental problems, or they're not dealing with something that you can't see. And so it's really important in the Army that after we're done with any operation, that we conduct what we call an after-action review. And that demands asking really tough questions about whatever we just went through and trying to make it better. What could we do better? What would we keep? And what would we improve on? And I think what Representative Dudik's bill does is do exactly that. It doesn't throw veterans into private care. It doesn't throw us and abandon us into a place where we're going to take up more space. It puts us in the place where we get the care we need. We just need to make sure that we get it in a more streamlined and better way, because every veteran will tell you they love their doctors, they love their physicians, but they hate the wait. And so if there's a way to get veterans better care and quicker care, we should do that, because there's a system that works, and we need to build up on that. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. We honor our veterans in Montana. My father served in the Korean conflict, and he still remembers that. He won't talk about it. And I had two great-great-great-grandfathers who served in the Civil War on the side of the North. And I honor the people who defend our liberties, and I think we need to do as much as we can in our state government to give them the services and the opportunities they need. So thank you all for coming, and with that, we'll answer any questions if you have any. Any questions? All right, thank you. And thank you everyone behind me. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.